Okay, welcome ladies and gentlemen to the 2010 Higher Level Section B, Question 5 on Transformation Geometry. Okay, so hopefully there's not much background sound. Apologies if there is right now. So the question is, it says the figure shows the logo for a butterfly farm. The figure is subject to transformations in the following order: axial symmetry, translation, central symmetry, rotation, anti-clockwise through 120 degrees. So our certainly a key word there in the rotation is anti-clockwise. Now you have to think as you go along these, what are they? So you should think about, you should take time to try and figure them out. What's axial symmetry, what's translation, what's central symmetry. Have a think about them. P1 to P1, P2, P3 and P4 show the positions of point P under these transformations. So point P, point P2, or point P1, point P2, P3, P4. And they go, so P to P1 is axial symmetry, translation is P1 to P2, central symmetry is P2 to P3, and then then what was I going to say there? Then P3 to P4 is rotation. So part A, draw the given figure, determine the image of the figure under these transformations. Alright, so I've got the figure drawn out. Okay, I do honestly expect you to know how to draw the figure out. So here's P, here's P1. Right now, so the question says is from P to P1 is axial symmetry. So I need to join P to P1, alright, and we need an axis, we need an axis for axial symmetry. So how do I bisect a line? Okay, so what piece of equipment am I going to use? I'm going to get my compass. I'm going to set it to more than halfway. If you find more than halfway, the more than halfway concept difficult, maybe just set it to P, alright, the length of the line, if that's easier for you. Swing an arc here, swing an arc up there, alright. Turn your compass around. I just want to check that you can see that there, and yeah, obviously I need to just move the camera over a slight bit, so I'll just go over that again. So we have to bisect the line. I've joined P to P1, we have to bisect it. So I've got my compass, this is the length of the line P to P1, swung an arc there, swung an arc there, and I'm going to do the same now the other side. I'm going to put my compass to P, swing an arc here, swing an arc here, and then where the arcs intersect, I'm going to join them together. So that's my axis there. Right now, this is the point in which there's central symmetry. So I should take the time to label the point. Sorry about any camera shaking there. Right, so I should take the time to label the points A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Okay, now, so we have to do axial symmetry with those points there. We have to do axial symmetry. Now just so I need to move all the points perpendicular to my axis. So I'm going to set my set squares there. I'm just going to draw lines from each of the letters across. Right, and there's a way, I'll set that up, there's a way to be clever about this here and fast, right? okay, I know that this overall shape is based on a circle, this logo. So instead of flipping all the points over, I just need to flip a small number of points over, just a select few. Right now, so the radius is going to remain the same, the radius 30. Alright, so P has already been flipped over to P1. So I'm going to take my compass and I'm going to draw my circle. Circle there. Now, see this axis here with G there at the bottom? Alright, that axis is going to be just flipped over. So G there, and it's just right over here, and then mark it in. So I would, just to be accurate there, there's G1. I'm going to draw my line from G1 through to P1. And there's G1 there, so I'll check to see if you can see that. Yeah. Now, line A to D is perpendicular to that axis there. So, like, sometimes you can just avoid flipping the points over the axis. If you have a knowledge of the angles here in this one, the angles don't change. So, it can be quicker than flipping each of the points over where it's relevant. So here's the axis for A and D. See it? Look, if I take my compass on D, put it there, and just flip it over, it's going to land on the answer I already have there for D1. And likewise with A. Now that's a little bit off there. Right, so it's better just to transfer the axes because it can be a lot more accurate down the long run. Right, okay, and now we're just going to lay out the logo again. So I'm going to take the radius here. Okay, that was 35. I'm going to put it from D. And these 2 points are C1 and to C1 and F1 there. Now I'm going to do it the other side from A. So I'm going to get B1, H1. Okay, and now, so I've got the 2 intersecting arcs here. I know A to D is heavy. Right. And I know C to D, or C1 to D1 rather, is heavy. I'm going to heavy in that portion of the arc. And I'm going to heavy in the portion of H to B. Or sorry, C to D rather. I've done A to B rather. Right, now I'm going to do, I need to find I. Right, so if I put my compass here and the radius 30, so if I put my compass on G and just swing in the arc again, and then I'm going to essentially automatically find, alright, E and I. So just to give myself an idea, I is going to be the furthest one away, because I is essentially between H and A anyways, and then E is between D and F. So this one here is E1. Right, now, so from P1 to P2 is translation. So I'm going to join P1 to P2, and all the lines move parallel, all the points move parallel to that, and the same distance between P and P1. So look, I'm just going to essentially move the essential points, alright? So G, A, and D are the essential ones, G, A, and D. Right, so I set my compass there. I'll just check to see if you can see it. And I'm going to colour in the lines there. I'm not going to colour in the lines, you should be able to see it. The light lines I was going to colour in. Right, I just have a little bit of work left to do before I move on there. I just need to heavy in that portion there, and heavy in this portion here. Right, now, so we set our compass from P1 to P2. Okay, I'm going to take it there and I'm going to step it from D, and that's going to be D1, and here's going to be A1, here's going to be G1. So the key thing is that G1 joins through P2, so this is P2, this is G2 rather. Okay, so I'm going to draw a line through here, and then A2 and D2 join together. So if I just transfer the key points and then redraw the logo out, that's the cleverest way to do it. A2, and then the radius remains the same. It's radius 30. Okay, that's a tiny bit off that arc, so I just corrected that there. Radius 30. So I'm going to set my compass to P2, bring it to G2. I'm going to redraw my radius here again. E2. So the best way to keep it accurate is just transfer the grid, even if your lines are a tiny bit off. Like you can see it on the video there, it's a small bit off. So your best way is to just transfer the lines of the grid. That's the cleverest way to do it. Right, now I'm going to redraw the logo. So compass on A2 with a radius of 35. That in. And now on D2, so 35. Maybe the line from A to D. And between between A and G is going to be between A and G, we're going to have points I and H. So I'm going to have to set my compass now to radius 30. 30, and I'm going to swing an arc here. Let's just so between A and G, I is closest to A, so I2 and H2. And then this here between D and G, closest to D is E2, and then F2, and then I'm going to heavy parse these together. So just release a bit off there. Right, now that's the logo done there for transformation. I'm getting tired here. So now P2 join P2 to P3. So I'm going to move this over. We've got central symmetry to do next. So I'm going to join P2 to P3. And now I need to get the center point of that line, so I need to bisect it. Okay, so I'm going to set my compass to more than halfway, or the length of the line P2 if you wish. So I'm going to swing an arc here, swing an arc at the top there, and then I'm going to do it from the other side. And now I'm going to join these crisscrosses together. And there's my center point of symmetry. Right, now, simply going to redraw the circle from, redraw the circle from point, from point P. So, radius 30. I'm going to put my compass on P3. I'm going to redraw the circle there. Now, all I need to do is get G here. To be honest, I can get A2 and D, or sorry, A2 and D2. So I'm going to put my compass on G2, alright, and I'm going to draw a line through it here. I'm going to put my compass on the center point of symmetry and bring it to G2, and I'm going to swing it round, and I'm going to mark it on the line I'm just after drawing. And there's G3 there. So A to D is perpendicular to the line G3 to P3, because the axis is a circle given in the first question, the first part of the question rather. So how do we know which one is A and which one is D? So line through D2 and bring it over here. You go and put your compass on the center point and swing it over until it hits the line you've just drawn, right, which is going to hit at D2 here, or D3 rather, and A3. Now I'm going to redraw my logo. So I'm going to set my compass at radius 35. I'm going to put my compass on D3. I'm going to swing an arc here. And likewise on A3 I'm going to do it. And then now I'm going to set my compass to radius 30 and swing from G. So radius 30 here. Then I'm going to heavy, or half the heavy. And then I can just label the points here. So the closest, now what did I do? Did I make a silly little mistake here? I did. I put it upside down there. Silly me. It's 10 o'clock here now and I'm getting tired. Where's my rubber? I put this arc the wrong way around. I should have swung it from G. My apologies. I'm getting tired. So I should have put it from here, from G3 rather. It's there. Then swung in my arcs here. Here. And then here and here. So between I is the closest to A, H is the closest to G, F is also the closest to G, and E is the closest to D. Right. And then C is the closest to D, and B is the closest to A. So that's the central symmetry done. That's the central symmetry done. Now we're going to move on to the rotation. Alright, so we have to join P3 to P4. Right, and then we have to find the center rotation. So it says the rotation is 120 degrees clockwise from P4 to P3. So if I join P3 to P4, right, and I put my compass on the right hand side of P3 to P4, and I'm going to say, alright, you might even be able to see this. I'm going to say my compass on the right hand side. Look, I'm going to swing my compass anti-clockwise. So that's a big lot of work to swing, that's anti-clockwise there. It's a big lot of work to swing anti-clockwise there with my compass. It's a big arc. Whereas if I put it on the left hand side of P3 to P4, that's less of a size of an arc I need to swing. So the compass is going to be on the left of P3, the line joining P3 to P4. You figure out which is the least amount of work. That's how you figure out where to do it. Right. So now I'm going to join, okay, or sorry, I need to get the center point of rotation. And it says, alright, the angle is 120 degrees. So it's based off an isosceles triangle. So 180 degrees minus 120 leaves me with 60 left. So the number I have left then, I divided by 2. So 60 divided by 2 equals 30. Now to get the center point rotation, I'm going to put the center of my protractor on 0. And the mark, I'm going to put the line, a 0 on the line joining P3 to P4. I'm going to mark 0 here. And I'm going to join P3 to P4. Okay, now I'm going to put my protractor on P4 and the 0 on the line joining P4 to P3. And I'm going to mark in 120 degrees there. Right, now I then draw a line through that there from P4. And here now is the center point of rotation. So look, if I were to put my compass on the center point here, bring the nib to P3, swing it around anti-clockwise, look, that's where it's hitting there. It's hitting P4 there, anti-clockwise there. So I'm going to do that with point G. Alright, so I need to join G to the center point of rotation. Right, now I get my protractor, I put the center point of the protractor here on the center point of rotation. I put the 0 on the line going from the center point of rotation to G3, and this time I'm going to mark in an angle of 120 degrees. Okay, so that's 120 degrees, 120. So I'm going to mark, I've marked the angle of 120 degrees there. I'm going to draw a line through that. And now, I put my compass on the center point of rotation. I bring the nib to G. I'm going to swing an arc here. And I stop where I hit the line I've just drawn. Stop where I hit the line I've just drawn. And that's going to be G4. Now I'm going to do that with A now. Alright, that's really the last one on rotation we have to do. So I'm going to join A to the center point of rotation. Where am I going to put the center of my protractor? I'm going to put it on the center point of rotation. I'm going to put 0 on the line joining the center point of rotation to A3. And I'm going to mark what angle? I'm going to mark 120. Now I'm going to draw a line through that angle. And now I'm going to put my compass on the center point of rotation. And I'm going to bring the nib to A3. And I'm going to swing it there until I hit the line I've just drawn. Okay, and there's A4. And then I don't really need to do any more points of rotation on that. But I'm going to zoom in here and I'm going to draw in the rest. Right, just 1 second here, I'll move the camera. Right, so I'm going to join G4 to P4. I'm going to draw a line perpendicular to that from A4. So I'm very small bit off there. So I'm a bit more than I'd like to be now. But I would just draw, make sure your line is perpendicular to line G, P4 to G4, and make that your A4. Yeah, that's more accurate. And now the radius is 30. So we're going to say we're just essentially going to redraw in the logo. What was it, 30? My God. So look, that's 2 millimeters off there, way too much. Like, shouldn't be that much off. So where has it gone wrong? It's essentially gone wrong in the rotations here. That, so if I do it again here, my protractor is either slightly bit off, but look, that point should be out there. Now you will lose marks. I'll have to do up an exemplar drawing without the camera underneath, because you can't really lean under the drawing once I have the camera out. But anyways, however, G4 we'll say should be just there, you know, just a tiny bit there. So probably I've went wrong. There's my protractor there. I marked it, I probably marked 30 and a half there rather than 30 degrees. You gotta be spot on. you gotta be spot on. Here it is. That's the main one there. That's a tiny bit off, but anyways, however, it's done now. Right, D4. Okay, I'm gonna reset it to 35. I'm gonna put my compass on A4, swinging arc. I guess do the same from D4. And now I have to put my compass on G. Radius 30. Or G rather, sorry. I'm going to swing an arc there. And then I gotta heavy it in, and that's you done. Okay. And you can heavy it all in. My apologies for any just a monotone voice tonight. I'm just wrecked. Okay. Oh my god. Just gotta do that a little bit there. Alright, thank you ladies and gentlemen. Alright, cheers, bye bye. So that's what it looks like there. The only thing, that bit there is a bit off. Alright, cheers, thank you, bye bye.